Good morning, staff, students, and visitors, and welcome to our NAIDOC Week Assembly. My name is Hollins Eastgate, and I am a college captain, and I will be your MC for today. I am joined by Kara, our junior school captain, and I would now like to welcome Declan Jarrett from Year 11 to lead us in today's acknowledgement of country and to introduce the theme of NAIDOC for this year. Marley Jensen from Year 6 will then lead us in this morning's prayer.
Nyari baru bano, kumengi bajalang jagun, jagun mi guno, nalinganana tengara.
In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, God of wondrous possibility, take my story and my life. Give me courage to stand for justice. God of dreaming and mystery, forgive my blind complaining. Give me vision to walk remembering your history. God of truth and love, take my bruised hands and feet. Give me strength and grace to stand for truth. God of knowledge and creativity, take my whole being. Help me stretch, burden, and deepen. God of goodness and hope, take my connections and influence and help me stand for voice and justice. Amen. St. Marcelin and St. Gregory, Mary, our good mother, and let us always remember to pray for one another.
My name is Declan Jarrett, and I'm a proud Bundjalung and Gumangi man. We meet today on the lands of the Darul people, and I'd like to pay respects to their elders past, present and emerging. I'd also like to acknowledge the many First Nations people who gathered here today and join us on these sacred lands. Returning to the Gregs to Paternum 3, many of us have travelled from lands far away, and I would like to pay my respects to those sacred lands. We are grateful for your safe travels back to the college grounds. This year, the theme for NAIDOC for 2024 is Keep the Fire Burning, Black, Loud and Proud. By participating in the assembly today, our college community of St. Greg's has an opportunity to keep the fire burning. Our NAIDOC Assembly will be a celebration of what it is to be black, loud and proud. We would like to thank our old people, our families and our communities who continue to make sure that they are our teachers so that we can to one day share this knowledge proudly. Thank you.
Thank you, Marley, for praying with us, and thank you, Declan, for your acknowledgement and providing us with a greater understanding of the NAIDOC theme. In the absence of Mr. Malone and Mr. Malasilia, we are unable to have a live version of the national anthem today. Please enjoy Australia's 2022 rugby union team, the Wallabies, singing the national anthem in the Yugambeh language, joined by the Yugambeh Youth Choir. Please stand.
Please be seated. I'd now like to invite to the stage our students performing a First Nations dance.
Nagangbi, Wite Ilijan Gulgang, Ngaya Drew, Jerinja Gamia Darwunganda, Pa Duraga Jiringanj Guru Gadung Marinyun, Pa Dawa Guyango Gadung Marinyun, Ngaya Gama Yindigang, Ngaya Gama and Ngaya Guli Magandalali Pa Muligalali, Bugiagal, Nawegal, Pa Buijagal. So I just pretty much described all of the kinship connections that us Mob as Darawal have, extending north as far as La Perouse, all the way south to the Victorian border. I spoke in Darawal language, which is the language that interprets the country that we're on now. I acknowledged all of my elders who may be present here now. I acknowledged everybody that is present here now, Indigenous or non-Indigenous. And I acknowledge all of my ancestors and elders of yesterday, the many yesterdays gone, the ones who are present in nurture and culture today, to continue that everlasting continuum. And I acknowledge the elders that will emerge tomorrow and the many more tomorrows to come. So these young fellas have learnt 3 dances. The first one is a gift from us for the school to keep. So these fellas will be the custodians of that song, and it will belong to this school and the identity of Darawal here where we are today. So that's the first one. It's called Bulwul. Bulwul means strong. And then we've got 2 other dances that we're going to do, which are Mara, which is the fishing song, and it talks about the life cycle of the fish and our dependence upon the ocean. We, of course, are coastal people, so our custodialship is strong with the country and with the ocean as well. And the last one is Nyaran Nyaran, which pays homage to the lyrebird. In our culture, it's known to hold all of the stories. It has a fabulous memory and has the ability to be able to mimic any sound that it hears. So where we may have lost some language or lost stories or lost songs, we'd go and ask that old lyrebird to mimic them back to us. And so that's that story. But please pay attention to the first dance, because that's now very important to belonging to this school. And we're proud to be able to share that with you all and have the boys here can carry that on and have a song of their own and a dance of their own that they can do powerfully in this school and on this country. They're all. So Yaringji means appreciation. Thank you all for this opportunity, and here we go. Mara. This is the Mara song, yeah? Wago Mara Ngarawanga Banai Dangoli Galina Wago Mara Ngarawanga Banai Dangoli Galina Banai Dangoli Galina Bujuri Mara Galina Galina, Banari Dangoli Galina, galina, banari dangoli galina, bujari mara galina. Bujari. So again, I'd just like to, give the boys my own gratitude for the fact and how strong they stood while learning this song and dance. Even as Indigenous people, sometimes things are new to us again, and so the strength that they showed to learn these dances so fast and then, have the guts to perform it in front of everybody, I congratulate them, and I thank and Yarangji again to the school for giving this opportunity. So Yarangji.
Thank you for that wonderful performance. I would now like to invite to the stage some of our junior and senior school students to reflect on our First Nations program. Please welcome our junior school Year 6 students, Audrey Oldfield, Jet Pure Johns and Jacob Gordon.
Good morning to you all. My name is Audrey Oldfield and I am joined on the stage today with Jet Pure Johns, Jacob Gordon. We are 3 of the First Nation students in the junior school, and as part of our reflection of our First Nation program, we will share with you some of our activities we have been part of with Mr. Humphreys and the senior mentors both here at St. Greg's, as well as the support that has been given to us by many others. Last year we all got to learn more about traditional scar trees, and part of our program was to create a scar tree along the Morris Way. We sent an invite to our mentors from St. Pat's, and they came to spend time with us learning from us about scar trees and the stories they have to tell. St. Pat's has also invited us girls out to their college a number of times, and we have had the privilege of seeing this scar tree come to life. We also got to sit with the mentors from St. Pat's and help to put together the stories of the scar trees that stands proudly in the middle of the college. I know when I transition to the college, I am always going to be proud to know that I have helped in some way to contribute to the stories that the tree now shares every day at St. Pat's. I know many of the girls from St. Pat's have made their trip over to the college today, and I want to thank them on behalf of our St. Greg's girls of making us feel included in their community.
My name is Jet Pure Johns. I'm in Year 6 and I can't wait to transition to the senior school next year. I've really enjoyed being able to share my culture with others as a part of the First Nations program, and a highlight for me this year was when Mr. Humphreys and the senior mentors came to the First Nations garden and shared with Mr. Humphreys and as a collection of artefacts we have here at the school. I was able to share with the smaller students how some of the items were used and learn more about traditional artefacts that many of our old people would have made and used in their traditional communities.
My name is Jacob Gordon, and I too cannot wait till I come to the senior school next year. One of the activities I really enjoyed this year was being able to design my own set of clapsticks. We had the support of Mr. Humphreys and the senior mentors who joined us, and it was great that I was able to do this with my sister Olivia also. Another opportunity that was fun to be a part of was the chance to come up to the senior school and work with the senior boys as they had their dance workshops. I got to learn more about dance, and hopefully I'll be able to proudly continue this learning when I start my journey here in the senior school college. I would like to now invite the senior boys to share the reflections of the First Nations program.
My name is Laurie McCosgrave and I'm in Year 11. I'd like to thank all the supporting partners of the college who continue to work with our First Nations program to ensure that the opportunities we are presented with are genuine and meaningful. To our scholarship partners, the Australian Indigenous Education Foundation, the Smith family and the Go Foundation, thank you all for the scholarship, cultural experiences and immersions you have all provided for us. To the NRL, New South Wales Rugby League and Youth Solutions, thank you for providing us with the education and awareness to be able to increase our knowledge and awareness of opportunities, as well as being able to continue to show how important a connection to culture is for us to be able to engage with learning.
My name is Declan Jarrett, and I proudly share with you all how much it means to us when we are given an opportunity to stand at Assembly and be loud and proud of our culture. Being loud and proud of our culture isn't just for us First Nation boys here in the senior school. It's for all of us boys. It's an opportunity for all of us to learn together and to build a culture of understanding and inclusion together. Today we have showcased for the first time a First Nations dance that has been specifically designed for the college. It is a dance that we hope will be passed down to the First Nation boys that will follow us on a journey through the college. Today is the first page in that story, and I look forward to proudly filling the pages of this new book with you all.
Hi, my name is Monte and I'm from Darwin. I'm a long way from home, but I share this journey with my brothers from boarding. And I'll continue to build that family as I progress through the college. This is my last year at St. Greg's and I will be graduating at the end of the year. I would like to reflect on some of the activities we have been able to participate in this year that has fostered that brotherhood as we have gone through our senior years. At the start of the year, Mr. Humphreys came to us senior boys with an opportunity, as he put it, to be movie stars. We were not sure what he was talking about, but come January this year, you will see many of our senior boys' faces and rugby league abilities on the ABC in a two-part miniseries called The Plum. Being a part of rugby league movie, we learnt very quickly just how long it takes just to make a second's footage, and we also got to have a visit from the 8th Immortal, Andrew Johns. This year, the NRL referees invited us out to their headquarters at the home New South Wales Rugby League to share in their NRL Indigenous Round activities. We were able to share with the refs this year some of our cultural artefacts we have here at the college and raise their awareness of these traditional items. We were also able to work with them and share dance. And then they shared with us both a tour of their facilities, the New South Wales change rooms. The refs then put us through our paces at a training session where we got to meet former Olympian boxer Mark Orr and hear how he designed the ref jersey for Indigenous Round. Thank you.
My name is Jacoby Fernanda, and this year I was invited to attend the Australian Economic Outlook Summit. This was a wonderful experience for me to build on my leadership skills and proudly share with a room full of CEOs and the Prime Minister of Australia an acknowledgement of country to a live broadcasting audience in Montgomery language. Thank you to the AIEF and Mr. Humphreys for providing me with the opportunity and confidence to showcase my culture and my people to such an audience. We have also been privileged to share time with the Sydney Roosters and New South Wales player Connor Watson this year. Connor supported one of our boys, Connor Rose, to design a pair of boots for Indigenous Round, and then he came and joined us in the First Nations room for lunch. It was great to be able to sit and have a yarn with someone who is not only a sports role model, but also a role model for our people and our community, and who is doing great things to try and make changes and opportunities with our First Nations community.
My name is Grady White, and this year we have held our first First Nations cultural camp, which was led by old boy Jonathan Wright. Over that weekend, we were able to engage in cultural activities that included art, dance, storytelling, and we heard Jono's story from the time he came to St Greg's and then making it as an NRL footballer, and now leading change through culture across the First Nations community. We have busy schedules here at the college, and all the boys would like to take this opportunity to thank all the staff and the leadership teams and all those who help to continue to encourage and allow all our cultural knowledge cups to rise. We understand that at times, as boys and young men, we do not always say how grateful we are of your support, but we all hope that you know that by being with us on this journey, valuing culture as a cornerstone learning, you are strengthening the future of young men who will graduate and lead in years to come. Thank you.
We appreciate these words and reflections and are pleased to be included in this growing, proud community. Please welcome Mr. Morrissey to introduce our special guest for today.
Our special guest today is a living rugby league superstar. After making his debut in the NRL in 2012, he's gone on to play 257 NRL games, as well as representing Australia on 7 occasions, New South Wales on 11 occasions, the Prime Minister's on 13, the New South Wales country team, and the Indigenous All-Stars on 6 occasions. He's a proud Widwarji man, apologies if I said that incorrectly, and a leader in the NRL for Indigenous culture. Can we please make welcome to St Gregory's College, Mr. Jack Whiten. Testing. Fantastic.
Hello.
Jack, thanks for joining us. Any Souths fans in the room? Hands up.
Something, come on. Something.
Fantastic. There's a fair few. There's a lot in boarding, mate. That's our most supported team in boarding. So, Jack, mate, thanks for joining us. So the NAIDOC theme for this year is Keep the Fire Burning, Black, Loud and Proud. What does that mean to you?
First of all, thank you for having me along on such a special week. And I just want to start off and say how proud I am and how courageous everybody's been. Has come up and danced and talked. This is not an easy thing to do in front of people, and for you to be so, as we said, proud and do that so confidently it was pretty cool to see. Yeah, it's a big week and something. It's always special to us, you know what I mean? It's a week of giving back, and it's a week of basically passing things on and giving a young kid or another person a dream, and that's where it all starts, is a dream. So it just opens them doors to share a little bit of culture or a little bit of knowledge or, a week of learning.
Fantastic. You've been able to be part of the Indigenous team in the All-Stars round, and that now starts the NRL season, which is an amazing thing. Can you give us a bit of an insight on what that week's like and what that's like to be a part of?
Yeah, it's really cool. As everybody knows, or anybody that knows me, I've given up my representative career. I've given up Australia, I've given up New South Wales, but the Indigenous game is always going to be on the calendar for me because it's a bit of a different week. As I am a very, very proud New South Welshman and Australian player, the Indigenous round's not about us, you know. It's a week we go into camp and we literally don't think about the game until about the day before. We go in and we learn a little bit about ourselves. We're in a team with people with mobs from all the way up the top end, all the way around Australia, you know, and everybody's culture is different and there's so many different tribes. We only know the tip of the iceberg, so we go into them camps and we learn a lot about ourselves and other boys in the team, but more importantly, we get out to the community and we give back to the community. And, you know, as I said before, it's all about sharing that dream with a young kid and getting someone else fired up to chase their dreams.
So has being part of those sorts of experiences, has that helped you to develop as an Indigenous man, you know, your understanding of your culture and respect for other cultures and all those things?
Yeah, definitely. Growing up, I was just talking to you before, we never had none of this at school. We had a high Indigenous population, very, very high Indigenous population, but we never done none of these activities, and we never learnt, and to be honest, we were all embarrassed and all shamed to come up in front of a crowd like this and do any of this. That's why I was so proud to see the lads step up and, you know, be so brave and put themselves out there and not just do it, but do it with pride. So it was really cool to see, and them camps, they're one of the things that kind of started opening me up to being more open to it. And, you know, my first one, I just stood at the back of the room and I was very shy, and I didn't know one. My first day I roomed with Greg Inglis, and he was my idol. And he actually come walking out of the shower. I nearly fell off my bed, and I was like, oh no. So I was like a little kid in school again, and by my last camp, you know, you start leading the way and you start being more open, and you're trying to teach the younger kids the same thing. It's to be proud and not shame.
And since 2015 now, the NRL has an Indigenous round, which obviously you've been a part of that the entire way through your career. What's that like, to be able to showcase your culture to the other people that aren't Indigenous in your teams and, you know, in other teams and things like that?
Yeah, it's awesome. You know, we get a say in our jerseys now too. We get to create our jerseys. We usually get our totems put on them and a little bit of a background. And obviously I moved to South now, so we focus a lot on the Laparoos crew, and like we get the elders in to design the jersey from the areas where we're from, you know what I mean? And it's the same thing. It's about us, but it's not about us. It's just about sharing knowledge and being proud, and yeah, you see all the awesome artworks that come out at the end of the day we get to play in too.
That's a really nice thing, because that's what the boys were talking about as well with the dance and being able to share their knowledge and culture and pass it down, which is a really nice thing. Have you enjoyed your time at Souths? Obviously, it's going to be a tough weekend for you this weekend, playing your old team, Canberra, having to go back down there. But have you enjoyed your time at Souths? And maybe you can talk about maybe this weekend's fixture.
Yeah, definitely. It was a very, very tough start to the season. Anyone that follows Souths, we all done it hard. I think we had 10 out of 11 games on the losing streak to start, but we hung in there. And as a club, it's a beautiful club. It's a big club. It's got a big history, same as this school. You know what I mean? It's all about history, and you see the players that have come and gone, and it's a great honour to be at that club. And we're turning things around slowly at the moment. We've still got a lot of injuries and stuff, but we hung in there. So it's been a really enjoyable time. And as of this weekend, it's a weekend I've been thinking of, you know, probably since I joined the Souths, going back and playing a team I played for 15 years, and I had so much love for, and always be a part of my heart, the Canberra and that, you know, but out of respect for them and respect for me, we're going to go out there and try and smash each other. That's what you do.
Yeah, do you think you're a chance of making the semi-South this year? And if you do, you'll give it a shot?
We're very big on one foot in front of the other at the moment. We can't look too far ahead, and we already said we won't look back. That's already done, and you know, we could have changed this or that, but so we're not looking back and we're not looking too far ahead, so we're just staying in the moment, so I won't speak too soon.
Probably a pretty good theme for all of us in the room. Don't look back and always be looking forward.
That's right. Stay present, mate. There's no time better than the present.
Fantastic. And, mate, you must have, even though you're retired, you must have loved watching New South Wales flog the Maroons this year. That must have been enjoyable watching that.
Oh, massively, mate. They've had the bragging rights for too many years, and not just beating them, but how we beat them was, I dare say, all the New South Welshmen in this room would be very, very proud.
Well, mate, thank you so much for coming and sharing some insights with us and for taking the time out of your busy schedule. Good luck this weekend and for the rest of the season. We're going to ask you to stay behind, do a few presentations. I think one of those presentations is actually our jersey, which has been designed by some of our students as well, which will be fantastic. Can we give Jack a massive round of applause, please?
Thank you so much for having me, guys.
Thank you, Mr. Morrissey and Jack. Please remain on the stage to distribute certificates as we welcome Mr. Humphreys to present the recipients of awards from Education Youth Solutions.
In Term 2, our First Nations boarders from Year 10 to 12 participated in the Youth Solutions Alcohol, Drugs and Mental Health Awareness workshops. At the completion of these workshops, our boys then had the opportunity to work with local First Nations artist Danielle Mate. The boys were consulted as to what they wanted to create in the college's First Nations room, and they decided they wanted to continue with the totem wall that they started by last year's group, paying respects to the lands they come from and sharing the shared journey they have embarked on here at St. Greg's. I would like to thank each and every one of the boys for their attention and participation in all the workshops, and I look forward to planning with them the completion of the totem wall. In acknowledgement of their successful completion of the program, can I please invite the following students to come and receive their awards. Jacoby Fernando, Kari Fair Townsend, Connor Rose, Harry Ryman, Ricky Williams, Cooper Cover, Finn McLeod, Ezekiel Wanson, Preston Smallwood, Cooper Tuliakiba, Alfred Walker, Benji Lane, Joey Neves Hampton, Caitlin Prince Peckham, Declan Jarrett, Gene Whiten, and Lamonte Banderson. On behalf of all the First Nations boys who have helped in the creation of this storytelling work of art, I would like to extend an invitation to you all to come past the First Nations room and check out the deadly work the boys have created and see more of how this story is coming to life. Please put your hands together to congratulate the boys.
Thank you, Mr. Humphreys, and congratulations to the students on their awards. And now back by popular demand, we welcome the Year 11 band who, under the guidance of Mr. Malacia, have prepared a musical performance of The Solid Rock by the Goannas featuring Gene Whiten, Jacoby Fernando and Kaylin Prince Beckham on the didgeridoo.
the endlessness with the coming of the light of day. You're talking about a chosen place. You wanna sell it at a marketplace. Well, we're just a minute now. And now you're standing on solid rock. Well, you're standing on sacred ground. You're living on borrowed time, and the winds of change, they're blowing down the line. Right down the line. Round about the dawn of time, the dreaming all began. A crowd of people came, well, they were looking for their promised land. We're running from the heart of darkness, searching for the heart of light. Oh, I think we found paradise. And now you're standing on solid rock. You're standing on sacred ground. You're living on borrowed time, and the winds of change, they're blowing cold at night. They were standing on the shore one day, saw the white sails in the sun. One long before they felt the sting. White man, white law, white gun. Don't tell me that it's justified. Somewhere, someone lied. Yeah, we saw one light. Oh, we saw one light. Oh, yeah. Standing on solid rock. You're standing on sacred ground where you're living on borrowed time, and the wind range, they're blowing down the line. Solid rock, you're standing on sacred ground where you're living on borrowed time, and the winds of change, they're blowing cold at night. Solid rock, where you're standing on sacred ground where you're living on borrowed time, and the winds of change, they're blowing cold at night.
The first 15 will soon participate in the First Nations round against Kinross Wallaroi School from Orange. A jersey has been designed for this occasion. Please welcome Kaylin, Benji, and Jean to explain the design. Mr. Halafanua and Mr. Tyler will then assist Mr. Whiten in presenting these jerseys to our first 15 players.
Last term, myself, Benji, and with artistic help from Connor Rose and Jacoby Fernando, have put together this year's Indigenous Round kit. Today, Benji and I are going to give a brief overview of the story which is told through the artwork on the jersey and shorts. On the back of the jersey, we have the totems of the Year 12 Indigenous students. From these totems, we have tracks leading to the meeting place, which represents where we meet today. On the front we have the Wiradjurubin, which is the lyrebird. This is the totem of where our school stands. On the back of the jersey, you'll see the symbols of the three rivers that surround the lands of this region, which are the Nepean, Georges and Hawkesbury rivers.
Although the original and unique design on the short has purposeful meaning, the symbols signify the lyrebird footprints, the bird that is found in the lands of the Darul people. The boomerang, which is a traditional hunting tool and a musical and ceremonial instrument that we use today and are placed on the back of the shorts. We have designed up a symbol for the meeting place, which for us shares with you all, even though that we have travelled from many lands, we see the college as a meeting place for us, and I've tried to capture this by using this symbol. The shorts and the jersey also include the flags of the Aboriginal and the Torres Strait. We wanted to ensure that we have acknowledged and paid respects to both cultures as we wear them proudly for the weekend's Indigenous round against Kinross.
Thanks, Kaylin and Benji. Can I please ask Jack to the stage, please? It is my pleasure to introduce our first 15 squad for the upcoming First Nations fixtures against Kinross. Firstly, Sebastian Sia. Cade Chapman. Noah Spiteri. Mace Hillcoat. In his absence, Archie Gay. Brady McMillan. Co-captain, Daniel Canellis. Sebastian Sykes. Archie Knott. Co-captain, Luke Cannon. Preston Smallwood. Cooper Black. Callum McManamy. James Croker. Darcy O'Toole. Ryan McCander. Declan Jarrett. Julian Puntanero. Lucas Rossi. Ben Taylor. Oliver Moynihan. Callum Rossiter. And our final member of the squad, Jean Whiten. I'd also like to acknowledge the students who assisted in the designing this jersey today. So Kaylin and Benji, we really appreciate it. Congratulations, boys, and we look forward to your performance next Saturday. Thank you.
Congratulations, gents, and good luck for the upcoming games. I would also like to thank Mr. Whiten for being our guest today, given of his time and experience. Please accept this small gift as a token of our appreciation.
As we come to the end of our assembly, please sit back and enjoy this video montage exploring the theme, Keep the Fire Burning, Black, Loud and Proud.
Coming in, Dr. Gubiwa, St. Gregory's College School. Naya, Bowen Brinkat, Allied Comrade. Welcome to St. Gregory's College. My name is Bowen Brinkat, proud comrade there. I'd like to acknowledge our ancestors of the land, acknowledge the traditional custodians of who we are here today.
How does it make you feel when you see the whole community support and encourage your culture?
It lifts me up and it makes me want to do better. Well, I feel proud because they're encouraging me to learn more.
It makes me feel good to know that everyone's acknowledged their culture and shown that they care.
Proud, happy that everyone's behind what we are trying to build up.
What are some of the things you do here at Greg's that helps to keep you connected to your culture?
All the information that we get from Sir and just the boys that tell stories about our culture and stuff. So that's probably the best thing.
Participate in our dances that we do here at Greg's.
Probably, yeah, culture workshops, things like that. The Dig workshop going on soon.
Learning about new things that we may not have known.
I think probably just getting together as a group, day boys and borders, and just talking about where we come from, our culture, history.
And one thing you have done to show you are proud of your culture. Teaching the junior school kids how to dance. Read books to them.
Participating in the activities and stuff like that.
Getting painted up in front of the whole school, I suppose.
Love playing footy or covering each other and putting up there.
I have I've got into a team, but it's made me really proud of myself and for who I am.
What does this year's NAIDOC theme, Keep the Fire Burning, Black, Loud and Proud, mean to you?
Connecting and talking to each other to share other ideas.
It means how long this culture has lasted and shows that we don't give up when we face troubles and stuff.
Teaching them how to dance and stuff. Younger people, encouraging them to don't be ashamed about it, just
do your culture and don't be afraid to dance, just do your culture.
It keeps the Aboriginal spirit in us.
Me, I'd have to say the representation of fire means from the beginning it's continued to burn throughout the years.
Yeah, just passing our knowledge on generation to generation. Just keep that fire burning. Our culture doesn't stop or die out.
Well, we can never be taken away from our culture and who we love. Dancing as well, just showing everyone that this is you, this is what you do.
How do you show that you are black, loud and proud?
I go out of my way to show people who I am and that I'm proud of my culture, and like I let people know who I am and what my culture is.
I have to shoulder a lot in footy, with our dancing as well, before we do anything, and it's just, yeah, good fun.
What are the things that you want to do in the future that will help you to proudly share your cultural knowledge with everyone here up at St. Greg's?
So I want to learn the language and come back and teach all the kids at Greg's language and dances and stuff.
Personally, probably do some more workshops with like the junior school, things like that. Whether it's like a ditch workshop or a dance workshop, doesn't really matter to me. Just personally, make sure I'm making sure everyone's getting involved.
Just like that, yeah, I'd like to, learn ditch and maybe some more dances.
Yeah, pass down dances and artifacts and stuff like that.
That's all for listening to our conversation and learning more about the First Nation culture.
Good morning, staff, students, parents, our special visitors who have made today very special for us for being here today. It's pretty amazing to sit back in the audience this morning and actually watch what happened. Boys that are getting involved, girls that are coming up to the lectern, staff that are being involved, and a reverence across the school that has made today so special. To our special guests, I want to thank you for making today a priority. Especially Jack, it's pretty game being interviewed by Mr. Morrissey, so well done. Jack mentioned it before about how blown away he was sitting there and actually watching what happens at a school-based level for us here at Greg's. And one aspect that I know I'm really proud of, and I know many of the staff are, it's the diversity of cultures we have in our school. As Greg's, you as a community are accepting of other cultures. You at this college are accepting of the different cultures, the way we do things, the understanding, and it's commendable, but as we know, it's the Slough Greg's way. Today we come together in a spirit of celebration and reverence. We mark the special NAIDOC Assembly through the theme that you've heard, Keep the Fire Burning, Black, Loud and Proud. The theme resonates deeply. It urges us to embrace the strength, the resilience and the culture of our First Nations people. Here at Greg's, we're blessed to have a school where the First Nations culture is celebrated. It's witnessed and it's promoted. The work of our First Nations leader in Mr. Humphreys, the staff who support him along the way, and also the First Nations leaders that have come before him in Mr. Ashby and Mrs. Robinson have had a crucial part to play. The great thing about a place like Greg's is that celebrations like today are not one-offs. Celebrations in our First Nations culture from K to 12 are actioned regularly, as witnessed with the reflections from our junior school First Nations boys and girls and our First Nations boys in the senior school today. How good to have a school culture that is accepting. Celebrations and experiences that are just the norm. This theme this year urges us to be all proud of our culture. As some of our boys said today, it's not just about our First Nations students, it's about all of us and how proud we are to have a school or a culture where our First Nations boys and girls are represented so strongly. Did you know, at St. Greg's, in our junior school, we've got 16 First Nations students. It makes about 3.4% of the junior school population. In our senior school, we've got 77 students. 40 of these are boarders, which makes up about 8% of our student population. In total, as a college, we've got 93 students, First Nations students. 6.5% based on our numbers here at school. According to the Australian Bureau of Statistics, First Nations people make up about 3.8% currently of our Australian population. It shows that at St Greg's we've got a fairly strong population of First Nations students that we should be proud of. If you take anything from this short talk, and I have made it a bit shorter today because we are running a bit over time, take this as a message. We are unashamedly proud of being a college that embraces the First Nations culture. We are unashamedly proud. To each and every boy and girl, student that come across the stage this morning, staff member that was involved, I just want to thank you. Once again, to our visitors who made today a priority, to our parents and visitors who came and joined us today, I thank you for being here. Once again, thanks for your engagement in this morning's assembly, and I'll pass you back to Hollands to conclude our assembly. Thank you.
This concludes our assembly. Thank you to the staff and students who contributed to our assembly today. In particular, our maintenance team, IT team, Mrs. Clark and Ms. Curie, for their work bringing this assembly together. Thank you to all the special guests that have joined us from the AIEF, NRL School to Work program, St. Patrick's College, and Bandu. Could I give special thanks to Mr. Humphreys for his organisation of today's assembly and the wonderful support of our First Nations students and the program that he runs. Can we please congratulate them? Students, at the instruction of your year leaders, you may now leave for period 1.